Good afternoon, children. We'll wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start. Children, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please turn off your audios and keep your mobiles away. I can see some children are using their mobiles. Keep it away. It creates disturbance. Till now, I can see only 18 children. Children, please be on time. As such, there was some connection problem, so I was not able to connect. And it is 12:39. The class time is 12:30. So please, whenever the invite is being sent to you, please adhere to the timelines. Otherwise, it is, wastage of time.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Please
Good afternoon,
switch off
ma'am.
your audios now. Okay, we'll start with our topic. The topic is same, compound interest, and we have done few kind of questions, and I had given you few worksheets, and let's continue with the topic, and then I'll try to clear your doubts also in the same session. Okay.
Could you repeat? I've just joined.
Yeah, I just said that we are going to continue with the same topic, compound interest, and we'll try to wind up the topic today.
But I had a doubt in worksheet 2. I might send you message.
Try to solve the doubts.
Ma'am, that PPT you have sent is not opening in my device, ma'am.
But rest of the children,
Converted.
it will open. You
So converted yesterday.
okay?
Ma'am, it's like
Converted yesterday.
Okay. Afterwards, we can resolve.
How come I converted?
Switch it off. Switch it off. Afterwards, we'll resolve this issue.
Right.
Okay. Switch off your audios. Now, this is what we had done in the last class. I had given you this question, and I included this question in the worksheet also. I had told you certain steps.
Ma'am, would you give the solution?
Solution.
Would you give this?
Okay, I'll provide the solution for this afterwards. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's move on to the next now. Now, this is another type when your portion of a loan is returned. So let's understand what happens in this kind of question. I'll just read it out. If you see, it's written, Mr. Brito borrowed rupees 28,000 for 2 years. The rate of interest for 2 successive years are 8% and 10% respectively. If he repays rupees 5240 at the end of first year, find outstanding amount at the end of second year. Please switch off. Okay. Now here, if you see, there are few things which we have to keep in mind. First thing, the principal is given. Time period is 2 years, but for the first year, it is 8%, and for the second year, it is 10%. And also, this person, he returns some amount to the bank at the end of first year. Now we have to find out the outstanding, means leftover amount at the end of second year. So we are going to solve this question year by year and not together. So for the first year, principal is this, time rate is 8%, and time will be 1 year only. Although he has taken loan for 2 years, but he returned a portion of loan in the first year end. So we are going to calculate what was the amount at the end of first year. So principal is this, rate is 8 and time is 1. You apply the formula, interest is equal to P into T into R by 100. Put the values of P, T and R and you get this 2240 after calculation. Now what happens at the end of first year? He has to basically return the principal which he has taken as loan plus the interest part. So total amount which he has to return is 28,000 plus 2240, which is 30,240 at the end of first year. Okay, but he is not able to pay the entire amount. So what happens? He, out of 30,240, he is only able to pay 5240 at the end of first year. So let's see what happens at the end of first year. He repays 5240. So now principal for the second year is not 30,240, children, because he has returned a certain portion of this. So which is 30,240 minus 5240, which is 25,000, right? So now this is the if it was a normal case, then this would have been the principal for the second year. But this person, he returned 5240, so bank will subtract this money from the new principal, and finally the principal for second year will be this 25,000. Now for the second year, if you see, the rate was 10% and not 8%. So again for the second year, you will write what was your principal, what was your rate, and time will be 1 year over here for the second year, because individual years we are calculating the interest. Again, you will apply the same formula, P into T into R by 100. Put the values and this is your interest part. After that, what will happen? You will add this interest with this principal of the second year, because this is the interest of second year, this is the principal of second year. So amount at the end of second year is, I'll just show you. Amount at the end of
give us time?
Yeah, I'll give you time. I'll give you time, Toshit. Don't worry, I'll give you time. Let me finish the explanation, then I'll give you time. So amount outstanding, that means at the end of second year, he will be paying up the principal of second year plus the interest of second year, which is 27,500 rupees. Now I'm moving back to the previous slide. You can just copy it. I'll just enlarge it.
We have to write the question, ma'am.
It's better that you write, or otherwise don't write, because this is one of the question which is given in your chapter. I have picked up this question from the chapter itself. So just write the solution, step-by-step solution.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm done.
Okay, I'll just scroll it.
No.
move on to the next slide.
No, ma'am. 2 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's move on to the next slide.
Ma'am, last line.
Write it quickly, Toshit.
Yes, ma'am.
So should take a screenshot now.
I've taken.
Okay, stop. This is the next one. Now let's move on to the next slide. Now, there's something else also in this chapter, which is growth and depreciation. Now, first, let's understand what is growth. So we all know that there are certain things which grow with time. Like for children, it is height and weight. And let's say a company is producing some article, so even their production also grows with over a period of time. Population also grows over a period of time. So when growth is growth per unit time is called the rate of growth. So when we see or observe how growth is happening with relation to of time, then it is called rate of growth. Now there are certain things which I want you all to write. So mainly this kind of question, growth and growth comes in the question related to population. So yeah.
Ma'am, could you show the definition of? Ma'am, could you show the definition of the last stage of growth per unit?
You don't need to note it, Toshit. It's just a normal term which we use. So you can just read it. And okay, let's move on to the formula. So let's talk about this. If there is a question which has population is given, present population or the past population or the future population, then we will be using these kind of formulas. So let's see what is the formula. So if the present population is P, then there will be two kind of questions which will be asked. First is they will tell you what is the rate of growth of population in a city or in a country, any place. So if they ask you what will be the population after n years, that means he is asking you the population which will be the final population after certain period of time, that is future. Then you will use this formula, P into 1 plus R by 100 upon raised to the power n. It is very similar to your compound interest formula. Here P will not be the principal, it will be the population. And R is again rate of growth per annum. N is time period. So very, very similar to your compound interest formula. And if they have given you the present population and they are asking you the population which was few years back, that means they're talking about the past. So instead of multiplying this entire thing with P, you divide P with this entire thing, that is 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power n. This is the only difference between the two formula. If you see here, P is getting multiplied with this complete bracket, and here this complete bracket is in the denominator. So when they are asking you the future population, this will be the formula. When they are asking you about the past population, this will be the formula.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, in the second formula,
Hmm?
the 100 will go as a numerator, right? When we solve.
When you will solve, yes, but before that you will have to combine 1 and r by 100, and you have to see the power also. So after solving this full thing, then your whatever is your denominator, it will go with p.
Wrong.
So we will see how it works in the numericals. Now this
Okay,
is
ma'am, thank you.
this is condition 2. Now look here. Condition 1 was that rate of growth was same throughout. That means in the first year, second year, third year, whatever number of years are there, the rate of growth is same. So if the population is growing at the rate of 10% per annum, every year it is growing at the same rate. But if you see in the second question, a condition, the increase is not constant. In the first year, the population growth was R1%. In the second year, it was R2% and so on. In that case, there will be a slight change in the formula. Here you can, because the rate of growth is constant, we calculate it all together. And here, because the rate is different for different years, your calculation of this will be in the separate brackets. So formula will be P multiplied by 1 plus R1 upon 100. 1 plus R. Who is doing this? Who is annotating?
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, when will be the condition 2 formula applicable?
When will be condition 2 formula applicable? When they will give you different rates. Like 10%, the question will be like this. The present population is, let's say 2,50,000. Ojai, did you do this annotation?
No, ma'am.
Because I have enabled, whoever will be annotating, I'll come to know. I've enabled the name. Anyways, please don't do it. So if the population is 2,50,000, let's say the current population is 2,50,000, and the increase in first year is 10%, increase in second year is 12%, then you have to find out the population after 2 years. So in that case, present population will be placed in place of P, and 10% is the first year rate, so 10 upon 100, and second year rate is 12%, so 12 upon 100. And after solving the entire thing, we will get the population after 2 years. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am.
Yeah, did you all copy the
Ma'am,
formula?
for both the years, the principal.
Yeah, population.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, population, not principal.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. For both the years, population will be same.
Then you will use this. No, for both the years, rate you are talking about, not the population. Population will not be same. Population will either increase or decrease, but it will not be same only, no. So are you talking about rate? Okay, let's come to the next one. If there is a decrease in the population, children, if you see over here in my previous slide, there was increase of population.
And there was a network issue.
Yeah, Toshit?
Network issue, that's why I got disconnected.
Okay, so if you see over here, there was increase in population. So in the bracket, we used plus sign everywhere. Now, if you see the next one, there is a decrease in population, so only change in the formula will be 1 minus r by 100 raised to the power n. And population in the past will be p upon 1 minus r by 100 raised to the power n. Right? So this is the only change. When there is a decrease, in place of plus sign, you put a minus sign. Rest everything will be same only. So please write it down. Write all the formulas which I have displayed on the screen.
But how will we know that there is a decrease or increase in population?
In the question only they will tell you, Toshit, whether there is a decrease or increase.
Okay, ma'am.
Please note down the formula.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Who?
Ma'am, I didn't understand the second formula, ma'am.
Which one? This one?
Ma'am, Rohan.
This one? Or the previous page?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Population. This
one.
is again decrease in population, right? So let's say the present population is P. So population after 2 years will be whatever is the population today, it will be less than today's population, isn't it? Because there is a decrease, right? So in
Yes,
that
ma'am.
case, P will be multiplied with 1 minus r by 100 raised to the power n. We are using minus sign because there is a decrease. Now population n years ago, let's say today the population is 2,50,000 of certain village, and population 5 years ago is going to be much more than 2,50,000, because every year it is. Yashraj, you are annotating. Please stop it.
Yashraj, don't do.
So I'll come to know and I'm going to
By mistake.
complain about it. Anybody who will annotate, I'll just come to know.
Ma'am, it
So,
happened by
Toshit,
mistake.
stop your audio. So population n years ago was was actually, if today the population is 2,50,000, then 5 years ago it was much more than 2,50,000, isn't it? Because it kept on decreasing and then it reached 2,50,000. So this is how we calculate.
Yes.
Okay, we move on to the next one. Now depreciation. If you have purchased any article, who's this Rinky's iPhone? I'm noting down all the names.
Ma'am, Khushi.
These names will go. Who's Rinky's iPhone? Khushi Jain, right? Okay. Decrease in the value of any article. That means if I have purchased, let's say, a car for 5 lakh rupees, and if I want to sell it off after 1 year, will I get more money or I get less money? I'll get a less amount, because it will be a second hand car.
Less
now.
money.
It's not a, so when
Resale value decreases.
resale value will be less than the original cost. So when there is the decrease in the value of article, it is called depreciation. And when depreciation is measured with respect to time, it is called rate of depreciation. This rate of depreciation is always given in terms of percentage. So let's talk about the value and the rate of depreciation. Let's say for any machine which you have purchased, the present value is rupees V, and it depreciates at R% per annum. Now children, over here, we need to understand that whatever article you will purchase, its value is never going to appreciate. It will always depreciate. So even if in the question they don't tell you, it is common sense that the machine thing will always depreciate in the value and never appreciate, right? So the value of machine after n years, depreciation formula is same as population decrease. If you see P into 1 minus R by 100 raised to the power n, here V into 1 minus R by 100 raised to the power n, here V is the present value of the machine. And value of machine n years ago, if today that value is, let's say, 25,000, 2 years before the value would have been more, maybe 30,000 or 35,000. So in that, here also the both formulas are same, only we are using different letters. V is the value and here also V is the value. So V upon 1 minus R by 100 raised to the power n. Please note it down. They are very, very similar formulas.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Let's move on to the next one. The example which I have solved. Now please see what happens. This is the example and this is how you are going to get the question.
Ma'am, do you have to note it down?
Yes, please. First understand, then note it down. The population of a town 2 years ago. Now here they have not given you the present population. They have given you the population which was 2 years ago. So it was 62,500. Due to migration to cities, it decreases at 4% per annum. Find its present population. Abhigyan, you have raised your hand. Is there any doubt? Okay. Now please pay attention over here. The present population is not given to you, so you will take it as P. Rate of decrease is given. They will mention it in the question whether the population is increasing or decreasing. So rate of decrease is R is 4% per annum. And this is the formula which you are going to use. Remember, I had shown you this formula. Let me just go back to that slide again. Population decrease. If you see, this is the population decrease formula. And the same formula we are going to use in the question, the second one, population n years ago. So here population 2 years ago, you write the formula, put the values of P is not given over here. P is not given over here. They have given you population which was 2 years ago. So you have to understand what is given in the question. So it is 62,005 years was the population 2 years ago. P we have to calculate. So P will remain P only. And R will be replaced by 4. N is 2 years because they are asking about 2 years. And after solving, so you will solve, there was one question, how are we going to solve it? So what I have done is 1 minus 1 by 25. I have solved this bracket first, which I got 24 upon 25. And outside power is same only. After that, this complete thing, 24 upon 25 whole square was in the denominator with respect to P. So when you will change the side of this complete expression, it will go and sit in the numerator. So this is how it will happen. And after cancelling everything, you will get the principal.
Ma'am, can
Yeah.
you explain again? I just joined again. Ma'am, I just joined again.
Okay, okay. So the question is talking about population decrease. 2 years back, the population was 62,500. Rate of decrease was 4%. So time will be Just give me 2 minutes.
Excuse me, ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah, wait, let me just finish explaining. So
Okay.
2 years ago, whatever was the population, I put the value. P is unknown, R is 4, and time is 2. And you solve it, you'll get the answer. Yes, who has a doubt?
Me.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, over here, why we taking 24 to the numerator in place of 25?
No, you will take this entire expression, you will take it as one entity. So if P upon something is there in the denominator, what happens to that something when it goes to the other side? If it is that something is in the denominator,
Reciprocal.
that will go in the numerator. So this complete thing, that is 24 upon 25 whole square, will be treated like one thing. So if P upon this one thing is there in the denominator, that one thing will, as it is, go in the numerator. There won't be any change.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Move
Ma'am.
on to the next one. Now look here.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, isn't the could we do the last thing by just using the other formula, ma'am? Ma'am, instead of having the formula of like 1 minus r upon 100 in the denominator, we could have it near 62500.
62500 means you're saying that you will multiply that, right?
Yes, ma'am, at the beginning.
Yes, ma'am.
You can do that
Yes,
way
ma'am, you gave
also.
the formula.
I mean, you can do that way also. You can do that way. You multiply these two and P, let P be on the, right side only. That way also you can. Both are correct. Okay, let's have another question.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, are these classes being recorded?
Yes.
So, will we get the recording?
So I will post these solutions for your reference. Okay. Full recording you don't need.
Ma'am, can't hear you.
The recording will not be posted. Only the solved questions will be posted. Okay. Okay. Let's.
Okay, ma'am.
Amit started a shop by investing 5 lakhs rupees. In the first year, he incurred a loss of 5%. However, during second year, he earned a profit of 10%, which in the third year rose to 12%. Calculate his net profit for the entire period of 3 years. Now, this kind of question, there will be combination of growth and depreciation. Profit and loss means, profit means growth and depreciation means loss. So here it is a combination of both profit and loss. So here is how it will be solved. First, you will write the initial principal. So he started the business using 5 lakhs. After that, in first year, he had a loss. Second year, he had a profit, and third year also he had a profit. So I have written principal as 5 lakhs. R1 is 5%, which was a loss. R2 is 10%, which was a profit. R3 was 12%, which again was a profit. So his capital or his money after 3 years, we need to calculate what will be his money after 3 years. So the formula will be same as using variable in rate of interest. So when there is a loss, you will use a minus sign. When there is a profit, you will use a plus sign. And this is the formula which you're going to use, which is same as the previous formula. I'll just show you this formula. Increase in very, very similar to this formula. But here both the brackets were plus because there was increase. But in the question, there is decrease, then increase, and then increase. Loss means decrease, profit means increase. So after putting the values, you will solve it, and this is how it is going to, you can see how I have solved. Each bracket I got a separate fraction. I multiplied it with 5 lakh, so most of the zeros will cancel. Only 1 0 is left, and once you will multiply all these 4 numbers by 10, you will get this 585200. And then you have to write final answer statement.
Ma'am, cannot see, ma'am.
Cannot see, why? Everybody can see.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, I can see now.
Please write it. I want you all to write the complete thing, because a minor change in the formula of plus and minus and nothing new. But still, I want the complete thing to be written. So we have covered all kinds of question in this class. This is the, I mean,
Ma'am,
yeah.
ma'am, do we have to rejoin after this?
No, not required. We are done with the chapter. Now there was one doubt question which was there in the worksheet. So similar kind of question I will be asking you in my next slide. Please try doing it. Otherwise, I'll send you the solution. Similar kind of question which is there in the worksheet, I have asked you in my next slide.
Ma'am, I had a doubt in question 2 and 6 of worksheet 2.
Okay, I'll post the solution. This is a question. Please note it down in your notebook. Similar kind of question is there in the worksheet also.
I was writing the
Previous one. Okay, write it quickly.
I'm done.
Okay, so next is the question which you will have to solve yourself. If you are not able to do it, then I will post the solution. Please copy the question and start doing it. And tell me the answer. If anyone gets the answer, tell me the answer. The difference between the compound interest and the simple interest on a certain sum of money at 9% per annum, PA means per annum, for 2 years is rupees 324. Find the sum.
Like this sum only I could not get.
Similar kind I have included in my worksheet also. But this is very important kind of question. So we are done with the topic, children. So I'll be giving you one worksheet, and in that worksheet only I will send the solution for this one. So the similar kind of question which was included in my previous worksheet, you can also solve that question. Okay. And next we are going to, tomorrow we'll be starting with a new topic. And when you enter the class, kindly switch off your audios, because there is a lot of disturbance when I talk. You can only hear me when there is no disturbance. So for that, you need to keep your audios off. Even while asking the doubts, one child only can ask the doubt at a time.